Jai Hind to everyone. Myself is Dr. Shashank Sahu from Akgec College. Today I am going to discuss about the topic switch expression and text block. Basically, it is the part of the subject object-oriented programming with Java, and it is the subject code is BCS 403 and under the Unit 3 Java new features. So we discuss about the switch expression first. So switch expression basically it is introduced in Java 12 and it is the enhanced version, and it is the alternative to traditional switch statement. So I am assuming that you know very well what is the traditional switch statement. Basically, it is the we have multiple cases and we pass a value. If one case will match, it will execute the statement under that case. That is called the traditional switch statements. So they evaluate a single value. So we talking about the switch expression basically will return a single value and can be used in anywhere, any statement to receive the value from the switch expression. One important part is it eliminates the need for the break statement. So you know very well we are using the break statement in the traditional switch statement to break from a case. So it is not required in the switch expression. So two major understanding in this slide is switch expression is something different from the traditional switch statement and will return a single value that can be utilized anywhere. Second understanding is that in the switch expression, no need for the break statement. We are using some other statement that we'll discuss in the other slides. Now, there are two main forms of the switch expressions. Two main forms. The first one is colon notation. Second is arrow notation. So, colon notation is similar to the switch statement, similar to the traditional switch statement. But in case of using the break, it will return yield statement to return a value. Generally, we are not using the break statement to return a value, but here we have a statement yield. It is used in case of break, but it will return a value. It has the capability to return a value. Second is arrow notation. Arrow notation, that is we are using the arrow to specify the result of a case. So we have a two different category. One is colon notation, second is arrow notation. Both the forms we will discuss. The first form is with the help of colon notation. So as we discussed, it is a similar to the switch statement with the colon notation. Only the difference, it will return a value and we can throw an exception. Generally, traditional switch statement cannot throw the exception, but the switch expression able to throw an exception if there is any malfunctioning in the switch statement. It is a syntax of the colon statement. Why we call as a colon statement? Because we are using the colon here. So it is the first form and it is a switch statement. So we are passing a expression here. If any case will match in case of case value 1, case value 2, case value n. So it will return after executing of some statements, it will return with the help of yield statement. So job of the yield statement to return the value, and that value can be stored in any variable. So whatever the value you will return, accordingly you will define the data type. So it is a simple syntax similar to the switch statement, where we can understand that we are using the colon notation similar to the switch statement. Only the thing is, this switch expression with the colon notation will return a value and that value can be received in a variable. So it is the same explanation that I discussed. The data type will be the data type where we will receive the return value of particular type. Yield is used to return a value to the switch expression. Switch statement, now there are some other part is there. So if there is a no yield, at the end of the group of the statement, then execution will fall through the next group if any. Here it is similar to the break statement. If you are not using the break statement, so it will execute the particular case as well as the next case also. So it is mandatory to use the yield statement. It is a recommendation, we can say it. Now, important part is switch expression with colon notation must be exhaustive, meaning that the case labels and if necessary, the default label must have cover to all the values of the selector expression type. So, whatever you define, you have to give in the exhaustive approach, provide the all possible values. If it is not given, so it will give the compile time error. Now, it is an example of switch statement with colon notation. We have a value 5, simple integer variable. Now, it is a switch statement. We are passing this value here. We are passing the value here. Now, we have the cases, case 1, case 2, case 1, case 2, case 3, 4 and case 0. This is the default. If 5 will match anywhere, so it will display the outcome. So, here you can see if it is value will match to 1, it will return value is 1, otherwise return value is 2, otherwise return value is 3 or 4. Value is not in the range if it is not matching with the any of cases. Now, very important part, you must use the semicolon after the switch statement after the bracket. This is very important. Here you can see in the, don't forget to use the semicolon. This is very, very important. Now, discussion about the yield statement. So, yield statement basically it is the statement by which we can provide the expression. Remember, in the break statement we cannot provide the expression, in the yield statement we can provide the expression. So, here you can write any expression here that will be evaluated and written by the yield statement. So, this is related to the yield statement. In switch expression, the yield statement plays a similar role break in the switch statement. Yield statement can only be used with the switch expression. Execution of the statement above will return the value of the expression as the result of the switch expression. Next, we are talking about the arrow notation, the second form. Switch expression with arrow notation is simply the switch statement with arrow notation that returns a value or throws an exception. So, we here you can see instead of colon, we are using the arrow here. So, this is the syntax here. So, we have selector expression, it will match, it will execute the statement, return the value, execute the statement, return the value. See an example. Now, execution of switch rule in switch expression is mutually exclusive. Obviously, mutually exclusive because we have different cases. And once the action of the switch has been completed, its execution, the value of return the switch expression. Okay. Unlike switch statement, the action body is not limited to expression statements. In addition to using a statement block, throwing a exception. So, we can create the block also in case of arrow notation. Switch statement with arrow notation must also be exhaustive as I discussed in the switch statement with the colon notation. Now, see an example. So, we are using the arrow notation here. This is arrow, this is arrow, this is arrow and this is arrow. So, in case of case 1, it is returning the value 1. Important, we are not using the yield statement. So, it will return the statement directly. Yield 2, it will give the compile time error, yield is not allowed here. It must be after the statement. This is okay. We have given the statement, we are using the yield 3. And we are using the bracket because we are using the more than one statement. Next is case 4. Here yield cannot be applied. It is a compile time error. Yield must be the last statement in the block. So, system.out.println should be first statement, yield force would be the second statement. We can also throw an exception directly. For example, something is going wrong. In the default, you can throw an exception, like any exception you can throw. That depends upon your choice. So, some of the cases, this slide is telling that we cannot use the yield statement as the first statement, and we cannot return the value directly as a first statement of the yield statement. If you want to return, just use value here, the value will be written. See an example here. We have a value is pass here. We have a arrow notation. This is the arrow notation. If the value match to the 1, it will display value is 1, return the yield 1. If the value is matched to 2, it will return the 2. Now, important to see here, we are not using the yield statement. It will directly return. No need for the yield statement. In case of 3 or 4, it will first execute this statement, then it will use the yield statement to return the value. If any of the case is not matched, it will go to the default and it will execute the statement of the default. In this case, we are throwing an exception. Not necessary to always throw an exception in the default. Not necessary. It is an example. If something is not matching, then you can throw the exception. Otherwise, you can do anything here. You can write any statement here and that can be executed. And don't forget to put the semicolon here. So, switch expression must be ended with the semicolon. This is the output. Executing this program will produce the following output, value is 3 or 4. Now, one more topic that I want to discuss in this video is text block. So, in this video I will discuss the text block only. Records I will discuss in the other video. So, text block basically introduced in Java 15 and declare as a multi-line string. So, here you can define as a this text block with the help of text block you can define the multi-line strings. So, prior to the text blocks, we can declare the multi-line strings using the string concatenation. We are using the string concatenation like A, then B. Instead of this concatenation, we can use the or you can say text blocks. So, there are many other methods. So, important here is to understand, to use the text blocks, we will use 3 quotations. 3 quotations. We call 3 double quotations mark. So, use the text blocks, we need 3 double quotes marks. Here you can see the example. We have 3 double quotes marks with new line. It is a syntax. So, text blocks is enhancement to the existing string object with a special syntax where string content should start with 3 double quotes marks with new line and ends with 3 double quotes marks. Any content within these 3 double quotes marks will be as is. There will be no change. If there is a space will be there. For example, we are going to create a string, name of the string variable is text Shashank and we are using the 3 double quotes here and we are using the new line is mentioned here, new line. In the new line and this is the end of this string, again 3 double quotes and semicolon. Within this 3 double quotes and new line and these 3 double quotes we have a data. You can write anything. So, there are some of the statement is written, statement or you can say some data is written. So, we have the brackets, then we have given the name, its name is mentioned, roll number is mentioned. So, text blocks are very easy to create the JSON format, but I am not telling it text blocks is only for the JSON format. With the help of text block you can do anything. It is an example, it is just showing that we can create the JSON format in a very easy approach. So, text block, that is 3 double quotes. Now, text blocks basically it is a string. which is created. So we can have many string operation. So text block supports all string operation. In the following example, we have performed various string operation that I am going to show you. See the example here. It is a string which is created with the only double quotes, no three double quotes, only double quotes. Then we are using text block JSON. It is a variable which is created with the help of text blocks. So text blocks, we have a three double dots, double quotes, we have three double quotes, the new line, the name, a data is given ended with the three double quotes and semicolon. So this string Mahesh is created with the help of text blocks, and this string is created with the help of only two double quotations, and this is created with the three double quotes. Next, we are just using the string operation. Equals is the method that we are going to apply in the variable text block JSON, and we are matching with the simple variable. So equals operation is applicable. This equal to operator is also applicable, and we can apply the contains. This method is also applicable. Index of method is also applicable, and length is also applicable. So here you can see the string object which is created with the help of three double quotes has the similar capability as created by any normal string. So when we create a normal string, it has all the operation. Similarly, these three text blocks, the string which is created with the text block also, we can apply any type of operations. And this is the output as per the we have the program, the output has been created. Now there are some of the methods of text block specifically for the text block strings, like strip indent. So it will remove incidental white space from the start and end of the string. Then translate escape. It will translate the escape sequence as per the string syntax. Formatted. It is similar to the string format method to support the formatting in the text block strings. So these are few methods which are specifically for the text block strings. One example for the formatted method. So we have a class API tester, then name of the method is main method, and we have created a text block string, that is name of the text block string variable is text block JSON, and again we are using three double quotes with new line. So three double quotes, we have a new line, end of three double quotes, and this is the data is given. Now very important, just see the dot here, and we apply the formatted method. It is possible at the time of creation, you can use the dot here. You can see, I think you are able to see it. This again I am doing it. See the dot. See the dot. So we have a string, just put the directly, or you can say we are using the method, then we are using the dot, or you can say we are using the period operator, then formatted and name of the data Mahesh and 32. So here you can see %s and %s. Here the data is not mentioned. Data is given here. Here the data is Mahesh, the value is 32. Automatically it will map to here. So the first value will given to the first %s, second value given to the second %s. Here you can see we can format the, we can use, or you can say formatted method in text block string, which is possible. So here important communication is that text block string is similar to the normal string, we can apply any type of methods, and formatted method is a very special method. Here we can pass the value with the help of this formatted, you can say formatted method. We are passing the argument and it will replace the percentage s. Percentage s, wherever you are using the percentage, data will be replaced. Next, you can display the text block string and it will display name equal to Mahesh and roll number equal to 32. So, these are very simple approach to write a multi-line strings. Multi-line string, that is more than one line in a string. So, an important part is there, the data will be as it is. If you write a simple string, then it is very difficult to embed the spaces. They are very difficult to have the data formatted in this way. So, in the simple string it is not possible, but with the help of text block string it is possible. Whatever you write within these 3 double quotes will be the data as it is, will be in the as format, where the space is there, where the new line is there, where the double quotes, these value will be assigned as a or you can say pair value. So, it is very easy to write the pair value with the help of text blocks methods. This is the output, you can see here. Output is in the same format, there is no change. The way you have given, it will display as it is. It is only the power of text block. So, this is related to the text blocks. Then I discuss about these are some of the methods of the text blocks, text block string operation, and then I discuss or you can say switch statement. So, if a brief note, if talk about the brief note is that switch expression basically something different from the switch statement. Switch expression will return a value that you can receive in a variable. Now, switch expression has a 2 different format, one is colon format, second is arrow format. Again, one of the learning is that in the switch expression, we are using the yield statement, we are not using the break statement. Job of the yield statement is to evaluate an expression and return the value. In overview, you can say that yield statement is used to return the value. And one important part is yield statement should not be the first statements. In case of generally we are not using as a last statement in the switch expression. Then we talk about text block. We are using 3 double quotations to write any string, and it is used to write the multi-line string as it's what the way you write, the string will be stored as it is. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.